I have been equated to being the Father Christmas of the art world. And it's nice to see some formal recognition of that on my stream. No, it's good. It's good. Hi. Hi. I saw a Billy. Saw a Dust. Saw a Radical. See a Cloud. How are we going? I see a Squid. Oh my goodness. How are we going? How was our weekend? Oh my goodness. It's it's so scuffed. I love it. Jump over to this screen for a second. Hi. Sorry I'm so late. Better late than never, but still very late. Throwing together a screen now. It was a weekend, but it was good. I mean, a weekend's a weekend's a weekend. And an alright weekend is better than a bad weekend. Okay. Whole gang's here. I know, right? Tavengers. Assemble. Had time to get home before I went live. Nice. All according to plan. Okay, what kind of foliage do we want to have a look at today? I really need to sort out ivy. Because I've done ivy before, but I've never been satisfied with how it comes out. Best get on it, I think. Address it from now. We've got ivy plants like this. That's actually quite well organized, that little stretch there. You can't be still enough to fall asleep. Well, that's what the tranquilizer darts are for. No, that's fair. I was going to say, is it because it's too hot? It's too hot here, and that's why I struggle to sleep here, but cold. I don't know. Is it the whole your pillow feels uncomfortable thing? Arcane Season 2 soundtrack on vinyl over the week. Oh, there you go. Not a bad weekend at all then. CBD soon. All I know CBD to stand for is Central Business District. I don't think that's what you're saying. I don't think you're saying you're getting Central Business District soon, because that doesn't quite make sense. I mean, you could be saying that. Okay. Ah, so that can help with like the agitation side of anxiety. That's cool. Here we go. Look at this. Boom. Something like that. We'll start with that. But yeah, that sounds really interesting. I'm super hesitant to just do medication anything. It's like it's all irrational. It honestly is. And it's probably more to do with the fact that I'm conscious of like medical prices, like the cost of medical upkeep. So if I know that something works for me, then it's stressful because then it means that I need to then purchase that thing on the regular, and then it just becomes more of a financial drain. You need to do something. Yeah, no. I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying I illogically don't. But by all means, if there is an issue and it can be solved with this, then hey, why the frick not? Help formulas to help with sleep. Yeah, that makes sense. Because like there are like menthol vapors and stuff that can help with sleep as well. Like it makes sense. Aromatherapy and stuff has been a thing for a while. It all checks out. Yeah, that's kind of the thing, right? Is that there's always a voice in the back of my head like, well, I mean, you could try X, Y, and Z before you go for the medical solution. And 9 times out of 10, sure, but like that 10th time, no, I should actually get it. You know, I should get cold and flu medication because I am feeling sick. You put on your tongue? Yeah, fair. I just mean in terms of there being like relaxants. Sorry, I didn't mean to imply that I thought that necessarily it meant that, what do the kids say? Hotboxing? I mean, unfortunately, if it does the job, yeah. Well, I hope it's grape flavored. I don't know. Actually, speaking of which, I've picked up multivitamins recently, and they're the gummy ones. Oh my goodness, these things are dangerous. They're strawberry flavored, and they're actually delicious. I mean, it's a good incentive. I'm excited to get up in the morning to have my multivitamins, but it takes insane amounts of self-control not to just go, another! Cost, and also part of my brain that doesn't want to treat the symptoms and lose track of the problem. Yeah, that's fair. I procrastinate in general, so it's probably a flavor of that. You'll double dip? Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? That's the thing. I don't have that problem yet, and hopefully ever. But, yeah. No, it's good. It's good, though, because it means double dipping is not good. The fact that they're so appealing is good, because it'll help to establish the habit really quickly, which is what I want. Problems are worsened by having it in the first place. As in CBD or multivitamins? Or medication in general? Okay, let's not be too careful here. We're just trying to plot out a general shape. Fast and loose, fast and loose, fast and loose. That's the point of this whole thing, is vibe. We want the essence of Ivy. Pure, unadulterated Ivy smoothie. Some problems proliferate themselves, like anxiety being a compounding issue where it grows on its own. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yep. No, I completely agree. A lot of problems are not the type of problems where if you ignore them, they just kind of go away. Being proactive and actually addressing issues is what is highly recommended. Obviously, there can be problems with being like overly like proactive on these things, and that leads to people visiting hospitals and stuff for seemingly no reason. What? There's a term for it. There's a term for going in for medical advice when you're completely fine. But in this case, no. Absolutely jump on it. Started going on daily walks. Today being the first you convince yourself of doing it first thing in the morning, and it makes you feel good. It does. It helps to wake you up, which is good. It helps with mental clarity because, it helps circulate your blood and stuff. And just in general, being active puts the good stuff in your brain. I will never go so far as to say everyone, regardless of context, should be more active, because that's, naive and dumb to say. But generally speaking, adding a little bit more physical activity into your day is just really, really, really good. I always find that beyond later, no stress, Billy, all good. Generally find that whenever I'm in a bit of a slump, getting out and doing something has helped immensely. It's not a panacea by any stretch, but oh my goodness, does it help. It's like eating right, where it might not necessarily fix whatever health problems you're having at the time, but it doesn't hurt. Not by a long stretch. Well, your vacation house with your mum. Haven't managed to convince yourself to do it here until now. Half of the fun is like developing a route for yourself, being like, okay, well, I'm going to go through here, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and then giving it a go and then succeeding on it and that sort of thing, like setting up and knocking over goals. That's how sports works, right? You run up to the goal and you knock it over. I've done sports before. 80% of folks can be more active. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Especially with the proliferation of desk jobs. Yeah, I'd say most people would benefit. But again, I can't talk. Like, I'm not the pinnacle of health myself. So who am I to say what people should or shouldn't do? But from what I've found, being a little bit more active has helped me personally. No, well, when we hit like 10 concurrent viewers or something, like average viewers or something, like later in the year, hopefully, that's when we'll end. That's when we'll enter the God complex arc. My ego will inflate. I will think of myself as being infallible, and I'll start dishing out advice left and right. Just, oh God, you invest in M&Ms. You go mountain climbing. You should switch to an all potato diet. It's gonna be amazing. Is legitimately so important for the brain. Oh, for sure. Because the thing is, if you don't break out of your bubble a little bit, oh my goodness, I'm a massive hypocrite for talking on this. But if you don't break out of your bubble, you can feel like the world shrinks and shrinks and shrinks and shrinks and shrinks until it feels like you're in a teeny tiny little terrarium the size of a I don't know, this little thing like it headbands in, hair lackeys in. It feels like the world becomes this big, and then I don't know, it gets super stressful. It feels like nothing in life really changes, and it gets really depressing, to be entirely honest. So changing things up occasionally, and by occasionally, bi-weekly that you commented earlier, it's probably pretty accurate. Getting around to doing new things every couple of weeks is probably good for the brain, I'd imagine. Let's freaking go. Okay, we have established an ivy footprint, I guess is maybe the best way of putting it. We've got the generalized shape. Now, it is time to place it on an actual surface. So let's chuck a wall behind. Doesn't have to be overly complex. But yeah, new week, new person, right? Does anyone have any plans? I didn't get around to bouldering this last week, so I'm looking to make up for it by going tomorrow. That's the plan. I've got a friend who is maybe going tomorrow, so that might be a good bit of incentive. I really need to find a new type of stock paper that I wanna try printing a new version of the card prototype on. Cards prototype. Because I've come to the conclusion that I like the size format. I don't like the off-white that the current cards are, because it means that it's affecting the color of the print, and it's meaning that I'm having to adjust the file before printing, and then even then it turns out a little bit wacky. So I think I need to go for a pure white stock card as a base, and then I also need to find one that has a cleaner print as well, because with this one being highly textured, it doesn't keep the ink doesn't it doesn't look sharp. I reckon there are papers that I could go with that make the ink look far sharper than it does with this one. Planning on working on posing this week? Yeah, fair. Is there a particular like media that you're thinking of with that? Like, is there character posing in maybe like League art that you could use? Learning some more Android development, so ready for the 4 possible interviews you applied for? Yeah, fair. Do you have like a laundry list that you're going through, or is it just kind of part of your research that you're finding little gaps in your knowledge that you're wanting to fill? Working in a setting, think you have some good ideas. This issue in your research where you've learned so many techniques that you've stopped relying on instincts, so you want to foster the muscle. Yeah, okay, fair. Okay. So maybe some more like looser like idea formulation methods, like mind mapping and stuff, where it's just kind of blah, throw ideas at the page and kind of start to whittle down from there. Yeah, it's good. Developing intuition is super duper important. It's all well and good to be book smart on things, but actually developing like almost the third sense on the topic can be incredibly helpful, especially with something like tabletop RPGs. Oh my goodness, you're inherently improving, right? So developing an instinct for it is incredibly important to be able to adapt on the fly. Work on your D&D inspired game. Making in the game engine, Google Slides. Ooh. Okay. Google Slides. I've never heard of it before. What kind of game engine is it? Is it like Google Slides makes me think like a 2D game maker? When you have an issue, you don't have a technique to fix it, it kind of shuts you down. Used to be able to be all intuition based. Yeah. Yeesh. That's something that so there are a couple of content creators that I watch who... Hello? Photoshop? Hi. Okay, that was weird. There are a couple of content creators that I watch regarding games that I play. And they've said that in the past, where it's all well and good to build up your theory, but it can get to the point where something happens and you need to make a snap judgment, and then your brain is going through like, okay, which of the millions of documents listed in this catalog have the has the solution in it? So, well, okay, you can't really rely on that. I'm spending way too much time just tinkering with a silhouette. Okay, Ivy. It's not actually a game engine. It's a Google PowerPoint program. I was gonna say, with a name like Google Slides, it doesn't sound like a game anything. But I've been wrong in the past. I'm sure I've been wrong about something sometime. PowerPoint by Google. Yeah, okay. So like Google Docs or Google. Presume there's an Excel version. Ads in 3. You do well, but you keep having trouble thinking of simple setups to start the concepts. Yeah. I mean, part of it could be burnout, right? Don't underestimate. Don't underestimate yourself in the sense that you've been coming up with quite a few concepts recently. I wouldn't be surprised if your brain is like, dude, I gotta chill. Called Sheets. Ah, of course. Of course. Brilliant! Why didn't I think of it? A genius. Bet that's part of it. Kind of just burnt out in general. Yeah. Yep. Everybody approaches burnout recovery differently. General rule of thumb, though, is giving yourself a bit of a break. So do keep that in mind. If you're feeling it really piling up, then just giving yourself a period of time to recover, I think would be quite good. You need to be kind to yourself. You're a sweetie to everyone, but you've got to give yourself the same lenience, you know? I'm a massive hypocrite. Do as I say, not as I do. Yeah, do it. Go sleep. Sleep is also important. I've heard sleep is quite good. Through the grapevine. Ah, vines? Ivy? You get it? It's pretty good. No, sleep well, bud. I need to dedicate some time to... Well, it's more like... It's less time, because baking the pie based on the recipe that you've sent, Dust, is relatively straightforward. You've done an incredible job of listing everything that you need and the order in which you do it, and blah, 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 the rest in the sword. But, I don't know, I need to almost, like, get a run-up. Like, okay, I'm gonna bake a pie on Thursday and actually, like, commit. It's silly. It's silly. It's one of the things where... Oh, ads. Thanks, Tavern. It's silly. It's one of those things where, I reckon when I do it the first time, I'll be super stressed. But then after that, it'll be a complete cakewalk. So... I kind of just should start, you know? Feel sore in your everything? From all the walking? That's to be expected. It won't stay like that. I mean, speaking of me getting used to baking pies, your body gets used to these things very quickly. If you want to avoid soreness almost completely, I'd recommend warm-up and cool-down stretches. So generally speaking, for warm-ups, you want short, sharp actions to encourage blood flow to your muscles. Then for cool-down stretches after the task, slow, elongated movements that stretch out the muscle groups that you anticipate will be affected will help to sort of... I don't know, it's... How would I equate it? It's like, it's easing. It's easing the process of recovery, right? It's like pre-recovery, I guess. Woodworking yesterday, your package wasn't particularly light. Yeah, fair. No, as keep picking up on the fact that I'm giving out advice and then reflecting on the advice that I'm giving and remembering that I keep not doing what I've just said. Ah! You scared the dice. Oh my goodness. Really simple. Just had to do it with some mental planning before attempting it the first time. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Is I need to almost like prepare myself to do a new thing for the first time, regardless of how simple it is. Which is so dumb. I should just have a more like gung-ho mindset. Just give things a go, but it's tough. I'm scared. More specifically, I overthink things. I try to damage control before anything has even threatened to go wrong. How you going, Blood, by the way? How's your weekend? We're just we're having a chat about what people are planning on doing for this week. Dust has recommended a pie recipe that he used last week, and it looks delicious. So I'm considering when I want to try baking my first pie. Where you usually go about grocery shopping is a bit in advance. then when you do attempt to lay out all the ingredients in order, you're going to use them. That's a good one. I try to simplify the shopping process as much as possible. Like, I'll lay out a list. I'll do all of the thinking ahead of time. Like, for example, I spent like a good couple of hours at the start of the year thinking about like what meals I want to have prepped across the week and how often I'd need to buy, how much I'd need to buy. Like, I did all of that thinking ahead of time. And then when it comes to weekly shopping, I don't think about it. I simply consult the list. I go, okay, this ingredient, this ingredient, this ingredient, and go. I should do the same thing with the pie. I should literally just group it and paste it into my shopping list and not think about it. Buy the ingredients and then consult the grouping to know where to like store the ingredients and stuff. You played Minecraft? Nice. Yeah, Minecraft has been quite popular recently. Which is, I don't know, it's the game that keeps going forever and ever. I've got a couple of friends who have been playing it recently. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. Found a new game. Might be interested in playing. Yeah, go ahead. Yep. Chuck it in. Speaking of new games, my gaming group. So we've just recently finished playing Baldur's Gate 3. I know, nice and topical. Right when it launched. No, absolutely not. We're super late to finishing. We started playing in like September 2 years ago, and just recently finished it. This is good though, because it was a long game. It took a while. We've been having a discussion. We've discussed which game will kind of replace it during our gaming nights, and we've ended up with a game called V Rising, which again, it was new like 3 years ago, but coming to it now, it's really good. I've really been enjoying it. And by enjoying it, I mean we've played one game session. It's really fun though. Speaking of Minecraft, it's a survival game. It's not out yet though. Out soon. Oh, let's have a look. Die in the dungeon. Ooh. I see why you reckon I'd enjoy it. Ah, that's awesome. Oh no, it plays into all of like my obsessiveness with maths and numbers, and also has die elements. And it's an RPG. Ah, and is that the world map? Different characters. It's interesting indeed. Quickly check on screen for a second. But yeah. So it looks like, let's go back a bit. It looks like combat starts, this disc thing comes up, and you input numbers like die into your action disc, I guess. And presumably you have like a limited amount of die. So you distribute based on what you want your attack outcome to be, and you try to make it so that you're not spending too many die to get simple things done. Like if there's an ant that you need to kill on the other side, you don't want to blow all of your resources to kill the ant. You probably just put in minimum to kill it, and then you hold on to your resources. Not entirely sure how the maths works. Ooh. So like Bejeweled? We're lining up different numbers. Does it? I don't know, it seems interesting. Coming soon to early access. Yeah, why not? Oh, frick, I'm not logged in. No, we'll do that later. I'll add it to my stream memory though. Oops. Bored? Yeah, that makes sense. Still need to see if your laptop has decided it likes playing Outer Wilds now. Have you done anything to make it not be dumb? Oh, yes, please. Yeah, Blood, if you could. That would be super helpful. Thank you. Die in the dungeon. Let's plug that into my memory. Check out die in the dungeon. Yeah, I do notice that it's pixel graphics, so it's your area of expertise. Do you know anybody who's currently working on it? Spent enough time away from the game that you can live with worse graphic? Yeah, fair. Yeah, I'm kind of used to that approach because I've always had a computer that's been worse at playing games in general. So no, with multiplayer games, I've always had to chuck the spanner at them and drop the graphics quality way down. You know the publisher, you're working with them. Ah, cool. It reminds me of there's a dice game called like Hex Quest or something. Hex Quest die game. No, not the Hex Quest in Warframe. Frick. Ah, they have rebranded. It's called Spell-Sided now. It's a dice game where you have you've got different abilities on all of your different sides of your dice, well, you can equip different abilities on all sides of your dice, and you have to roll in order to move through the world. So you're doing abilities as you're moving around, and other elements of the environment are also moving as you're moving. So like, for example, those dominoes are only moving because you're moving as the dice. So you can sit there like, it reminds me of, what's it called? There's a Curse of the Necrodancer. Yeah, right? It's really cool. Curse of the Necrodancer, where like everything's moving to a beat and you can kind of anticipate people's movements based on like what the beat's doing. It seems similar, but instead it's based on your movement. So you can, like, for example, I imagine rolling into an arena, seeing everything in the arena and being like, okay, crap, I can't move. Not moving, just need to think, okay, if I move, that thing's going to do that, that thing's going to do that, that environmental element is going to collapse, that pillar over there is going to rise out of the ground, that fire is going to turn on, blah, 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 and you can sit there like planning out your moves, and then you go, okay, so I need to roll forward, then roll to the left, blah, 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 and then you do it, and then it looks super, super cool. I don't know, I'm a massive fan of those kind of games. I love over analyzing things. It's so much fun. Seen shorts from the developer. Of Spell-Sided. It looks very, very cool. I tried it at PAX last year. It seemed really fun. The fact that they've rebranded though makes me think that they're not quite ready to release. I know they do have a demo online at the moment, so you can just jump on Steam and give it a go. But methinks that they're a ways away from full release still, though. But yeah, that's really funny that there are two like direct mechanic dice games that look really interesting out at the moment, like in development at the moment. I mean, it makes sense, right? Tabletop games are getting more and more popular. It would make sense that people are playing into that market. But yes, V Rising, highly recommend from like the couple of hours that I've played. It's really fun. I'll give a quick synopsis, and because I've only been in like the first couple of hours, I'm not spoiling anything. Like, let me know if you don't want me to talk about it though. I'll hush right up. But gonna fry some eggs. Nice. You should share some with Squid. Squid has yet to try fried eggs. Frustratingly so. But yeah, in V Rising, you are a V rice sing. Yeah, exactly. You are a grain of rice. No. You're a vampire. It's what the V stands for, I presume. I presume it's what the V stands for. That, or it's a massive coincidence that you're also a vampire. And it's Minecraft. It's straight up Minecraft. It's not true. It's not entirely Minecraft, but it's a survival game. So you're going around as a vampire. And it's kind of the opposite of Minecraft, where during Minecraft, you're wanting to be active during the day, and then when night comes, all of the monsters are out, and you need to go hole up, and then you're crafting stuff, you're building your base and that sort of thing at night, because you can't sort of venture out, right? Like the boss fights. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The boss fights are really cool. Fried eggs might end up with scrambled eggs. Hey. The eggs started it, I reckon. The eggs got what they deserved. You can walk at day 2, just stick to the shadow. Yeah, yep. Because that's the thing, is you're a vampire, right? So if you're out in the sun for too long, you start getting fried like fried eggs. You can get scrambled like scrambled eggs if you stay out long enough. So it's flipped. You're wanting to spend your nights being super duper active, and then kind of like in Minecraft, how you have to be really careful at night, and you have to plan your routes, and you have to be equipped with stuff, blah blah blah. It's the same thing here, where during the day you have to be careful. You have to stick to the shadows. You can't really engage in big fights unless there's lots of shade where you're planning to fight. Like you have to be very meticulous about it. I guess the thing that I enjoy. So when I played Minecraft, I didn't really enjoy the survival side of it. I enjoyed creative because it let me do literally everything under the sun. It was like pixel art with voxels. So I would love making like little story mode things where you'd approach like a shrine or a temple or something, and you'd get locked in a room, and you'd have to find like escape room things to unlock the door, and then you go through, and there are like little puzzle rooms and areas and stuff. That was what I enjoyed to do in Minecraft. Very specific, but that was my kick. This, I really enjoyed the survival element because it gives you something to survive for. I know Minecraft has like bosses and stuff with the Ender Dragon and the Wither and stuff, but I don't know, it feels very like, in the far, far, far future, I will eventually go and fight that thing. Whereas in this, it's very much so from the get-go, get strong so you can beat, like a really weak boss. And it's like, oh, okay, awesome. And then when you beat the weak boss, it's like, oh, okay, there's another slightly stronger, but like really annoying boss coming up. It's like, oh, crap, okay, how am I going to defeat them? And you like gather resources in order to I don't know, it feels more driven, I guess. Plus you're a vampire. I called my vampire Frost, and I made them all ice themed. I'm an edgy boy. I'm invested. Long story short, I am invested. Okay, let's just throw some almost like dry brushing over these slabs, and then actually work on the breaking ivy. It's what we're here for. I made the mistake of last week. I read somewhere that you should, when boiling eggs, you should bring it up to boil, put in your eggs and then turn off the stove and just have them boil in the heat of the water without it being an active roiling boil, because if it's in a roiling boil, you can crack the eggs on the base of the pot. So I tried out this approach. I've boiled eggs completely fine in the past, but why not give it a go? Life hack. It didn't work. It just led to my eggs being undercooked. So this week we're going back to basics. Regular old boil the water, don't think about it, chuck the eggs in willy-nilly. If it ain't broke, don't break the eggs. It's so unbelievably rude when you receive some sort of life advice and then you put it into practice and then it trips you over. It pushes you over and laughs at you. You're like, why? Why life advice? This Wolves perspective is pissing me off. I'm gonna do a bit of cheating, but that's fine because that's not the point of... I'm in the wrong thing. That's not the point of this study. It's not walls. Perspective. There we go. Flatten that right up. Oh, now it looks all warped and fish-eyed and stuff. That's right. One egg got scrambled, but not the other. Nice. That's a solid 50%. That's a passing grade. That's something that I've thought about in the past. It's a little bit strange that 50% is a passing grade, isn't it? Because if you think about it, you don't really want anybody to be getting things wrong half the time. Don't get me wrong, like my grades in school weren't great, so I'm not complaining. It's a little bit strange that it functions that way, right? I guess if they made the passing grade any higher, you're kicking out 90% of students, which wouldn't be good. I suppose that's why careers are based on... Oh my goodness, am I just like putting this together now? Oh my goodness, why? I anticipate that's why different careers are based on different scoring. Because you don't want your doctor to be getting things wrong half the time. It's not a direct equivalent though, right? In the sense that whenever you go into specialized education for whatever you're doing, that's when your 50% always goes way up. Like, if you're learning carpentry, for example, very quickly you're going to go from a 50% success rate with whatever you're learning to a 100% success rate, or like a 99.9 recurring. It's super interesting how normalized, I guess, it got to get anything other than 100%. Like, I remember back in some of the younger grades, everybody was kind of just expected to get 100% in whatever test we were doing. But I don't know. The further everybody got in schooling, the less and less of an expectation that was. And I understand, like these are more and more complex, like subjects that are being broached. So it makes sense that there can't be the expectation that everyone's going to get out 100% of the time, but. It's interesting that, at least for me, I didn't really think of it at the time. Like, I didn't really consider the fact that it was getting more and more relaxed. Forgot to put my phone on silent. It's plinging on the other side of the room. Okay, what lovely colours do we have in here? We have kind of all sorts. Let's not be afraid to use the full spectrum. Difference between getting 1 + 1 wrong or getting making a couple of mistakes in a multi-page proof. That's what I mean, right? Well, yeah, okay, yeah, I get what you mean. Where functionally it's more complicated as well. Yeah. Like even within the same test, right? You'd have some questions that are, as you said, like what is the value of X, and then other questions that might be along the lines of like write out the equation for this problem solve. We've set up a scenario where it's like, the fox needs to go across a river with a boat and a chicken, and also they're on a water slide, and there are how many apples, and then the taxi takes how long to get to Chicago. Like those ones are obviously going to take, yeah, as you said, multi-page proofs. Are just inherently going to be more common the further up in education you get. Passing grade by solving the hardest question with like 2 lines of I mean, hey, what's the meme? Work smarter, not harder. Ad starts in 2 minutes. Thank you, Tavern. I appreciate. Only one who figured it out the easy way of solving. Everyone else was going through the gauntlet. Yeah, fair. That's so rude, but very funny. It is a lesson in sort of approaching things from different perspectives, right? It does get you do fall into a bit of a logic trap though. The more that you're familiar with something, the more likely you're to fall into the usual solves. Like, for example, if I've got a lighting problem, I'm more likely to fall into the whole, like, okay, just identify the light source and then do edge lights or whatever. But that might not necessarily be the useful solution there, and it can lead to hours of work down the line just because I've autopiloted into disaster. Hadn't studied much since that meant I actually thought of just being started. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. that's something that I need to consider. I need to think of ways that I can practice thinking outside of the box when it comes to visual solutions to things. Honestly, because it's all and good to be like, just practice more, but practicing more can actually reinforce these terrible habits more. So it can, it's counterintuitive, but I need to think of something that breaks me out of the box. The studies help to an extent. Kind of depends on how I go into the studies, like what mindset I have. Like, for example, I'm trying to not think about what I'm doing too much right now, because if I think about it too much, I'm going to start implementing the usual things that I do. But part of what I'm trying to develop with these studies is my, as Cloud was saying, like intuition. But yeah, no, it is interesting. You totally hit the professor with that logic as well. Like, no, Professor, I didn't actually do any of my studying because I'm practicing my out of the box approach, thinking like logic wise. And I can't do that if I've studied, because then I'm thinking of all of the usual go-to solutions, and that's not helpful, you know. Trying to branch out their lighting more, took multiples of the same unshaded drawing, then made multiple different variants of ooh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That would be fun. I could try that. It did cross my mind while I was working on the Squirtle image that it'd be interesting to see how it would look with different lighting. I like the idea of playing with it, because then one, it exercises the muscle, but two, it also exposes you to maybe lighting solutions that you don't usually go for. And I don't know, I like that idea of branching out. Oh, itchy nose. It's interesting that the ivy isn't really... It's not a cluster of objects, really. It is, in the sense that any plant is, really. But nobody's sane. Nobody's sane sits there drawing every single leaf of a tree, right? It's interesting to see that something like a grasping vine behaves in the same way. I mean, it makes sense, but at the same time, I've always thought of ivy vines as being a stalk and then leaves. But that doesn't... It's almost like an area. It's almost like an area of texture. It's further from flat, like think wildflowers, where you've got a stalk, leaves, and then the flower on top. It's got less structural integrity, less structural discipline than that. It's closer to something like grass. It's almost like wall grass. Perhaps this is incredibly obvious to some people, and to them I say, no, frick you, but this is good for me. This is good for my brain. Because it's got less to do with being strict on shape and more to do with establishing volume. Like, I need to kind of imply that there are different layers of the ivy. Quest end. Quest end. Stream's not ending. Ooh. No! Dust, what have you done? What have you done? Ah, oh, it's amazing. That's fine. Treat yourself. Treat yourself, honestly. But oh my goodness. You know what I'm going to say next, right? I will require photos when it's finished. Heck, you can send photos while you're doing it. While you're assembling the darn thing. Yeah, do it. I can't promise that I'll be able to tune into every stream live, but I would absolutely have it on as almost like a podcast or something while I'm working. That stream arc begins. Yeah, why not? No, that's fair. If you want to take your time with it, that's more than fair. It's probably the right thing to do. To not like turn it into a chore. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ivy. Did I accidentally use the color green instead of yellow? My bad. Okay, what are we looking at shape-wise here? We've got... almost... It's a 5-pointed shape? Almost? At least for this type of ivy. The displacer bees look so derpy, you love them. But boo! Displacer beast ugly. No! Do not judge Displacer Beast just because Displacer Beast is derp. We must love Displacer Beast for all of its flaws. Okay, let's see. Whoop. Yup. Like that. Like so. Set picture of the derp. Ah, that's it. Yes. Oh my goodness, yes. I am adding Displacer Beast to my references. Oh my goodness. The actual section where the tentacle ends is so chunky. Ah, it's derpy as all heck. I mean, it very technically, like, it does the job. I don't envy the poor Lego designer who had to come up with a solution to how complex a Displacer's Beast anatomy is with how small they needed it to be as well. He'd be like, nah, yeah, exactly. Wah. Displacer Beast looks like they've just been told that their eggs have been scrambled. Yep. Yep. What are we looking at shape-wise? It is like a derpy star. You scrambled my eggs? Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yep. Can we please... Can we please get a new surprise, like a shock Pikachu face meme? This right here. Surprise Pikachu face right there. Boop. It's too perfect. Okay, so this shape is technically what we're looking at with the ivy, but we need to remember that it can distort, right? Because it's a flat object. Now you'll know once. Yeah, absolutely. Wait, where's Dust? Oh. We know exactly where Dust is. Tinker, 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 tinker. That you actually do it. Is it cool for anyone to post a little going live announcement? Yeah. So in the stream live channel, just check up that you're going live there. No stress. I will say that the only clause is that I've deactivated people having access to the @everyone command, just because I don't know. I don't like the idea of everyone having access to like a universal ping. That seems a little bit too spammy. But yeah, no, please. I encourage it. I reckon you'd be able to track the mass exodus from the server in real time. I'm detecting a strong correlation between giving everybody access to the @everyone command and people leaving the server en masse. It's a clue, a symptom. You can pick up for, if you want to get pinged for announcements and stuff. Yeah. I'm just wondering how I'd do that for the server. I mean, I could just do that actually. I could do that. I could set up in roles. Like I would like to be pinged role. And then instead of @everyone, I the ping role. That could work. Hadn't even considered doing that. Back from working on your Google Slides game? Just made some more, nice. Yeah, I could have something like that. That could work. Pray tell, Squid. What progress have you made? You're good. Add in a shield and a few more rules for said items. Other than that, not much. Fair. How does it function? So it is a PowerPoint. Is it like a choose your own adventure where you wait? No, but you said that you've made items for it. What immediately came to mind when you said that there's like a game is that it would be like a choose your own adventure where you skip to different slides based on what your decision has been. Yeah, no. Do your stuff. Be incredibly rude of me to be like, dust, and then you type in chat like, oh, what is it? Made you look. Or like, oh, it's just testing your reaction time. So many potential pranks. All of them quite rude, actually, now that I think about it. Dust. What? Hi. Oh dear. Must resist urge to prank. Four of your friends into a Discord. Pull up the PowerPoint, then they each choose a class. So your basic melee mage, archer, assassin. You have to defeat bosses to get these eggs to basically beat the game. It's pretty simple. Most of the time you just wing it and throw random stuff in to make it interesting. Okay, so it's seeming very D&D. But I'm wondering like how the slides actually play into it. I should, let's see, how should I phrase the question? Can you give an example of what would be on a slide? Probably the best way of gaining the information that I need. Itchy nose. I don't mind. My nose is so itchy today. There would be a background or whatever area they're in. For example, if there's a grassland, it would be a background of grassland. You get your friends' Discord profile pics and put them in the same slide using them as the characters. Use a spinning wheel as the dice because it's easier that way to determine what happens. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, so you've got, right, so they're not presentation slides. Kind of. They're, oh my goodness. Squid, you might want to try something called Roll20. I know you've already got this going and you've put time into it, but you could probably grab everything that you've done and just port it over to Roll20, because it sounds like Roll20 has everything that you need and more. So what Roll20 does is you can apply grids to things. So you can set up your location and then you can grid it up if you want. So for example, you might have a picture of a beach, and then what Roll20 will do is it will put a grid over the top if you choose to do this. Like if you choose to add a grid, and then what it means when you add in your tokens of like different players, they can actually move from grid tile to grid tile, and it locks them into the grid and it makes it really easy for them to navigate where they are on the map. It also breaks it into different layers, and you can also make it so that your friends can actually click and drag their character as well, which is really cool. You can have it so that you can have like slides that they see and then slides that you see. So you're in one slide preparing something, but they're looking at another slide. Things like that. It's but the slides is part of the charm. Yeah, okay. Fair. No, if it's intended to be janky, then there's nothing that I could suggest really. But if you are looking for something that has a little bit better functionality, Roll20 is what I recommend. Literally, you could grab everything that you've done in the slides and just put them into Roll20 instead. If you want to. No pressure. Do what you want. Why, oh why, does it look so natural when natural ivy leaves are just cut in half in lighting, but then when I try to replicate it, it looks janky as all freaking heck. Foundry, pretty much the same, but you have to host it. It's only a one-time payment. Yeah, fair. Roll20 has a free version though that's quite robust. Is why I'd recommend Roll20. Like you don't need, you do not need the paid version. You really don't. The only reason why you'd really want it is for like, I don't know, dynamic lighting, I guess. But even then, you don't really need it. Na, na, You could replicate dynamic lighting by just like covering sections of the map with shapes. Like you round the corner and remove rectangle. Hey, you can see this room. It's the classic, like, having pieces of paper covering up a dungeon map approach. Ads in 1 minute. Thank you, Tavern bot. Let's try to remember it this time. Hello, ads. We chill. That's all working. It's just I've gone about the colors a little bit wrong, which is fine. Believe it or not, there's more yellow than what I had initially thought. Shocking. Absolutely, positively shocking. The reason why I'm spending so long on this one leaf is because it's kind of emblematic of every leaf here. Like if I can crack this one, then I could apply the logic to the rest. So I'm doing all of my problem solving on this isolated one, which will make my life easier when I actually have to do it on the vine with more complicated stuff going on in a more complicated context. We're back from ads, it seems. Welcome back. But yeah, Squid, what do you think? You said that you've used it before, as in like you've used it and you've liked it before, or... It's on Discord. It's on Discord and online. Does it work for what you need, or are you going to stick with the PowerPoint one? Slides. No stress if you do, by the way. Literally just a recommendation because it sounded like it gives you more stuff. Yeah, fair. Okay, all right. How is light working on this? Seems as though it's mostly surrounded by light. The big pitfall that I'm currently running into that I should solve is I've gone way too dark, it seems, on this side, which is creating a bit too much contrast for my liking between the two sides. Like, contrast is fine holistically, but the problem is one side is super dark and the other side is super white, so it seems like they're not connected whatsoever. So let's solve that. I'm wondering why the crease in the middle is so light, given that that's not really how lighting works. When you have a crease, it's difficult for light to actually get into the crevice, which leads to any crease looking dark. Like, crevices are dark for a reason, and that's because light has to kind of run the gauntlet in order to get to where the fold is. And the less light makes it, the darker it is. But for some reason, that's not how these creases are working. And it's befuddling me. I'm confused. Yeah, sure. It's this leaf here. I could rotate it maybe? Boom. The lighting is flipped, but the goal is the same. That one's less yellow. See, like, the crease is highlighted, which is just so strange. And it's a running theme as well, like the crease there is highlighted, the crease there. I know it's because, like, the veins are light, but even still, like, you shouldn't be able to see how bright they are. That's not a thing you should be able to pass. Oh, a bit more yellow, why not? You get a highlight at the other edge of the crease. a highlight at the other edge of the crease. What do you mean by that? Ooh, actually something that I have noticed is I've gotten this wrong. Oops. This shape looks closer to something like this. Doesn't solve the problem per se, but it probably doesn't help that they look different. Okay, interesting to see that the last section of leaf is rotated. The crease does make it darker, but then it comes out of the crease, you get an angle on the leaf where it shines. I see what you mean, but I'm also looking at like the deepest part of the crease here where it's like bright. I see what you mean where it's like darker on this side, but I guess I'm just wondering why it is still so bright there. Oops. I do hear what you're saying though. It's just me in the interrogation room, Batman and Joker style, with with a leaf just batting it around the room. Why are you lit the way that you are? Frick you. That's not quite right either. There's more of an angle there and it's a bit chunkier. Like that. Next to where they're on the branch at least. Okay. That, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Where they're like freshest, where they're directly connected to the tree. I do like that this is more star-shaped than I initially had. Down. It's probably, I'd imagine, you know what I reckon it is? I reckon it's because, sorry, let's just flip this around again just because it's too funny to have it upside down. What I reckon it is because of how bright outside is. It's not going to have harsh lighting unless it's actively like blocking other sections of other leaves type of deal. Like here where there's a shadow being cast across that leaf, that's because that leaf is in the way type of deal. The outside is so bright, even though this is in shade, you're getting light sources bouncing off, literally freaking everything. So I'd imagine it's something to do with that, where you're not really seeing harsh shadows, not really. And as you've said, the brightness of natural elements of the leaf are what come through because it isn't dramatic lighting. Yes, that would make sense. Okay, shall we up the drama then? Let's up the drama of this leaf. Twitch just crashed? Excellent. That's quality right there. It's an Australian stream, so that's quality. upping the drama, upping the drama. We want darker shadows in through here. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I should be encouraged, actually, to make more comments like that. I feel. Higher contrast we need. Higher contrast. So this part of the leaf is bending into freaking infinity. Never to be seen again. You love to see it. Maybe, heck, you know, full bend. Full bend, and if that's the case, then there's going to be a steeper curl coming from all the way down here. Something like this. The light's coming from there. Why? This would all be bright as well. Billy is a terrible influence for me in the sense that for video games specifically, I had stopped playing Slay the Spire. Like, I'd dusted my hands of it. I'd spent plenty of time, you know, doing runs, kind of tried everything that I really wanted to in the game, unlocked everything, tried challenges, blah, 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 blah. Like, I'd had my fun with Slay the Spire. I had retired that game permanently. Like, done with it, finished. And then Billy's like, I'm starting Slay the Spire. And then, whilst doing runs with him, it reminded me all over again just why I enjoyed Slay the Spire so much. So, you know, I started playing it again, and it's terrible. I should stop. I should delete it from my Nintendo Switch. Oh no, speak of the devil. Billy, you have gotten me to re-download Slay the Spire, and it's terrible. I hate it. I'll make a note to actually uninstall it after I finish stream tonight. It's not affecting my productivity at all. Like I'm still getting around to everything that I need to during the day, but I don't know. I want to do stuff other in my downtime other than play Slay the Spire, and it's not helping. Having Slay the Spire doesn't help with not playing Slay the Spire. You did use our idea of Go Live notification last night? Yeah. Oh no. What'd you do? I had a good thing going as well, to continue on my rant. I had a good thing going with Mario Odyssey. Like, I'd started playing Mario Odyssey again with the intention of completing all the moons and collecting all the purple coins. And I've gone through and I've conquered half the kingdoms in the game, including like some of the largest ones. Like I've 100%ed Sand Kingdom, I've 100%ed Metro Kingdom. Then Slay the Spire happened. I need to delete it so I can get back to my mission. Use a bunch of your brain. You didn't give it enough. Oh no. Okay, that bent part of the leaf is very crispy. I don't mean in terms of texture, I mean in terms of contrast. I'm wondering if there are other crispy areas of the leaf that I could establish that could have that sink in, like it makes sense. If I up the contrast on the edge a little bit more, maybe, perhaps. I think it might be also because it's the only really dark section like that, so maybe something like this. Perhaps something like that. Oops. Have it set up so you can stream your Switch, only delayed by 2 to 5 seconds roughly. Need to figure out a way to have audio. Well, I mean, you've already... you've already solved like one of the big headache elements, which is just record footage. Okay, that's done it somewhat. Yeah, no stress, no stress. Surprised by how genuinely you're considering the whole stream. Yeah, I'd do it. Be fun. Would it help to like deconstruct the thinking to see if you actually want to or not? Welcome back. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Let's try to do a particularly floppy leaf. Surely they can't all be perfect little cloves. But that's not how life works. Oh, here's one that's pretty decent. You've got a leaf that is kind of doing this sort of business. It's coming at you with another Destiny video by the looks of things. Oh, straight at you. Boom. Wait. That doesn't make sense. Why is it? I guess that part of it is folded back. Then this bit sticks out like that. Okay. Layouts and stuff, but that wouldn't require buying things. True. Plus you could just have full screen be the camera and then just like chat up on screen. Heck, you don't even need to do chat if you don't want to. I think you're right though, like just getting the camera I think is the big thing, and then outside of that, go for your life. Second monitor has a headphone. There you go! So buttery smooth. Oh, you're so freaking welcome. I live to please. Okay, then this section of the leaf here is all in shadow. love how Billy's discovering that audio exists. Next, Billy's going to discover volume control, and it's going to blow his mind. You're going to say ear holes, but that sounds weird. I mean, not technically inaccurate. Yeah, you should be able to use your phone to stream. You should. Fell asleep in your daughter. Yeah, no, all good, all good. I do need to ask you about recording footage on the iPhone though, Billy, as well, when you get the time. Just because with the footage that I recorded for the video in January, it did the job, but it was also very grainy. I think it was the fact that I used that inward-facing camera, if that makes sense, as opposed to the outward. But I'm trying to think of ways to record where I actually see. What? What did I do? Yeah, I don't. But what's it? You see all those like, you see all that footage of like, hi, I'm a makeup influencer, and I record my footage at home, and I'm very successful business, and then it shows them like talking into their camera with like the ring light, and it's the inward facing camera that they're looking into, and they're seeing them like, I don't know, I just. Because that's the question, is if I don't use the inward-facing camera, how the frick do I see what my footage actually looks like? How do I make sure that I'm centered? Yeah, exactly. I needed that kind of energy. I needed to be a magnetic kind of personality type. So I did what any smart little cookie would do, and they'd look up like, oh, how to do the thing, and then it literally like, hi, I'm SpongeBob, and this is how to do a makeup tutorial or whatever, and it's them talking into their camera, facing the inward camera, and it looked fine, and then I looked it up like, what's the camera quality of iPhone 11, and it's like, oh, it's really good, you should do it. So I was like, oh, cool, okay, I'll do the thing, and then I was editing the footage. It's like, oh, it's grainy as all heck. What do I freaking do? No, don't think about it. Just edit the video. Post it. Don't worry about it. It was a whole thing, okay? It was grainy. It was grainy. Do you have options? We'll chat about it when you're not goofy sleepy Billy. Either recording the footage or plug it into the PC. Right. Presumably, yeah, okay. That's something that I hadn't considered, is using software to have like a preview up on the screen as to what the camera's viewing. Yeah, yep. Yeah, I could even use like an OBS, I'd imagine I'd be able to. I can only imagine. Webcam, like the quality of the webcam is not great. It's not great. It's fine when it's teeny tiny. Hi. I have considered it, but yeah. As I said, like it looked garbage immediately. And I don't think it's a case of settings. I think the webcam is very intentionally not great, and the price point on it reflects that. I think we've reached the point where I need to pivot over to the animation thing, illustration worms. Let's quickly save this. I can continue working on it tomorrow. Turns out I am terrible with Ivy. I think it'll become my new little project. Is to get better with Ivy specifically, because I don't know, it's a plant type that I always want to return to, but I always struggle with. So what that tells me is that I need to just get better, just get good. Stream studies, materials, foliage 3. Boom. Yep. You need to chill. Okay. Let's have a look. What are we doing here? Fantastic things. Probably. No. Prison of Elders. It's messing with my head a little bit because I've recently been discussing with friends potentially playing Part of Exile 2. So POE is an abbreviation that has like split meaning for me now. How are we doing? How are we doing other wormholes here? I can allude to the opening here. That'd be fun. Gives that feeling of almost anticipation, I guess. Like, oh god, what's going on there? The scene that'll always come to mind in that regard is the scene from How to Train Your Dragon, where what's his face? Stoic breaks open the dragon nest, and it's just like a massive yawning side of the volcano, and it's just completely empty. And there's this moment of like, oh no. Yeah, Bfoods. Yeah, that's just title in OBS that no longer says flowers. If you like, ooh, yep. I can. The only thing that I need to figure out is it doesn't update for YouTube as well. Which, hey, animating worms. Let's pull up the other worm references. Show me worms. Ding. Dust, if I'm still Pocket Mahali and you can still hear me, Billy's asked you a question, but absolutely no stress. Like, focus on whatever you gotta do. There is a question waiting for you when you're ready, though. Just a heads up. As in Pocket said, oh my goodness. Yeah, in a bind, you can actually grab me out of your pocket and throw me at your attacker. I will blind them. I will attack them with teeny tiny little kicks. Okay, what I'm trying to consider at this point is how do I want the texture of the dirt to look, given that this is an element that's going to be so close to the camera. I need it to be indicative of what the rest of the dirt texture, because at the moment, excellent display of what like clay looks like. Dirt, however, different feeling to it, different feeling entirely. Quickly save this. References. Study references. Stream studies. Foliage. There we go. Ooh. Found one. The Blender community does a great job of putting together like texture samples. Look how like dirt like that dirt is. Oh my goodness. The dirtiest dirt I've ever seen. Glorious. So what I'm seeing in there, we've got little tufts of grass. We've got little stones. Areas of dirt that are a little bit tougher than others. Yeah, no stress. Okay, so blotching in darker, compact. Yeah, no stress. All good, all good. I'll keep it visually entertaining for a Billy and audibly entertaining for a Dust. And both for everyone else. Okay, so we've got darker sections here that are kind of your dirt that has a bit more moisture in it. Oops. again, it's super important to try and maintain the form of the tunnel, but at the same time, light it. How are we doing this? TBH, I think it's a little bit honest at the moment, in the sense that, by honest I mean flat. So let's try and shape it a little bit more. I wrap a little lip around the front and start to push back on that back rim there. Should get the impression that it's reclined more than it was previously. It's kind of done it. Should also be kind of darker on that right side, given that the sun's direction is coming from the right side, and that lip is going to block off all light access. Not entirely, because you're going to have reflections coming off that left side illuminating, so it's not like a dark as can be. If anything, that's a little bit too dark, because it's emblematic of like it appears similarly to the full drop there. It's not doing the thing that I want it to. Like it's the end result is what I'm forcing it to be, but it's not what it should be, given the composition. What do we want? What do we want from this burrow? What do we want? What do we want? Lobster. When do we want it? Now. Do we maybe have it be a more upward facing, almost like ant nest style of burrow? Maybe, potentially. That's not looking bad. It's inaccurate though, in the sense that it should be larger. It should be like substantially larger than that one in the background. Can we keep the shape, but expand the entrance a little bit more? Yes, somewhat. It wouldn't be this high. It wouldn't be this high, right? Right? Or am I implying that the ground is coming up here? Because, like, we can see the grass on this side. Yeah, it should be fine. But if that's the case, I need to... Yeah, okay. So I need to add, like, grassy elements, which we're already going to do. Not an issue. Not an issue. That shape is substantially better than it was, though. Cool. We need to continue this trend of into the burrow means darker down the bottom. How long have I been streaming for? If I'm this tired. Only 2.5 hours. How am I this exhausted? I don't think I'll be able to do the full hour. No. No. I don't think I can do the full 4 hours, given that I'll be getting up in... What? 10 hours from now? Yeah, I know. It is late. Like, it is understandable. It's because I started streaming so late. Hey! I should probably wrap it up in about half an hour, though. I'll be ending early, and for that I apologize, but I need to be sensible. Oh, look at these average rolls. We love average rolls. Average rolls are way better than garbage rolls. Oh, do we remember that stint? It was about a month. I think it was a month straight of everybody rolling just absolute yuck. Yeah, no stress. Okay. No. Hit me. There you go. Average. Boom. Average as it gets. This just in. Squid is not defeating the average allegations. Oh my goodness. 99999. Yeah, there's a particularly famous case of us racing to the bottom that I will never forget. Hey, look, you peeled off one enthusiasm point from your final roll. It worked. No, it's not happening. It's not happening. It's beautiful. The struggle is beautiful to perceive. The average rolls. Yeah. Boom! There you go. I like... Okay. So let's play out this scenario in our heads, shall we? You've opened up the tavern door after having stepped out in, a bit of a storm. You've gone, okay, we just have to be like completely nonchalant. You've exited the tavern. You've walked back into the tavern holding a water bottle with your intention of just like splashing it all over the floor. Be like, oh, yo, Mahali, what's up? Thrown it, and it's done a full perfect bottle flip and landed. It's everybody's impressed, but that was absolutely not your intention. Yeah, correct. That's a correct outcome from the dice based on that statement. Yeah. You know what? I would have enthusiastically accepted the one with with that statement. It amazes me every time I see a new review pop up in my recommendeds for Sonic 3, and they're all positive. Everybody really enjoys the movie, but I don't understand. It's absolute garbage. Ads. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you got a 15 because it was a true statement. Always has been. Get your snake oil. Come get your snake oil. What? Got my snake oil this morning, straight from the steak. Welcome back, I think. Okay, and then we change it up completely just because I'm sick of working on dirt. Because I've worked on dirt for a couple of weeks now. Let's head over to here and start rendering these trees, shall we? Okay, just need them to be readable from a distance mostly. I can't have them be too clumpy because if they're too clumpy, they stick out like a sore thumb in a bad way. There you go. Boom! I told you. I told you. I mean, I'd say it's a good movie, but then I'd be lying. So I won't say that. Correction. It's not a movie for me. that is more accurate. Like, as I keep saying, if you really enjoyed Sonic 3, please, by all means, don't consider not enjoying it just because I had a bit of grumpus about it. But also, it's objectively terrible. And you should feel awful if you like. No, absolutely not. You should not feel awful if you liked it. But oh my goodness, I don't understand. I do not understand. It must all just be nostalgia. It must be entirely nostalgia. The reason why people enjoy it. Some people are allowed to be wrong. Yeah, exactly. Correct, Dust. That is an accurate result based on what you said. It's 2-1. There you go. Boom. That is something to consider, actually. I'll go through and I'll watch a review on Sonic 3 and I'll make note, has this person played Sonic Adventure 2 before? If yes, they are biased and I can't take their opinion seriously, at least with this particular piece of subject matter, because I know that everything that they're going to say about the review is going to be entirely biased. The 2 is close. The 2 is close. What brush do we want here? Probably, yeah, as standard as it gets brush. I feel like I'm going insane because it feels like I'm the only person in the world that hates the movie. Oh, there you go. No, it sounds like something Mahali would say. Excellent. You are the perfect guinea pig. No, wait, I was supposed to say something else. Perfect not guinea pig to watch it. Excellent. Nailed it. Nailed it. Welcome, everyone, to my theme park that I have not tricked you into a tent, damn it. Yeah, that's about right. In about 5 minutes, I think I'll wrap up straight. I'm falling asleep. I can feel it. Which is like good, I guess. It means good sleep tonight, right? Positivity. It's all about optimism. Surely because I'm tired, I'll sleep well. Body laughs in insomnia. Yeah, it's about right. It's pretty accurate, actually. Okay, I'm just going through and cleaning up some of the shapes. I'll make some of the smaller tree elements lighter like that so that they're receding into the distance. Oh, it's pretty good. It's pretty good results. Arguably the best result. Unless you're hunting for a 1, in which case it's the worst result. Put some pizza. Nice, nice, nice. Wait, but it's pretty late, Billy. If you haven't eaten, by all means. Who am I to talk? I'm the king of late dinners, so. Yeah, no, do it. Okay, good. Good compromise. Oh, it's good. I had pizza a couple of weeks ago, and Meat Lovers was available, and I haven't had it in a very long time. It was a lovely itch to scratch. You know what I should do? I should make pizza one of these days. That would be fun. Whenever I do order from a pizza place, I always find that I can't. They never really have like the perfect pizza for me, you know? I'm wanting like a chicken pizza with like onion and jalapenos and stuff. It doesn't freaking exist. That's where I come in. I can make the perfect pizza. Perfect Pizza was actually my nickname in high school. It's true. I don't make these things up. Why would I? What would I gain from making up a bunch of lies? That would make me a liar. You know what? And I'm not one of those. So there you go. They changed their recipe style. Yeah. That's the thing, right? Is like, I feel like my perfect pizza is very few other people's perfect pizza. So I just, even if a place does have the perfect pizza for me, it's not going to stick around for too long. I just need to get rid of all of the trees in the draft because they are positively infuriating. Every time I'm wanting to shape the trees and there's just like a little hint of like the initial draft sticking through. Barbecue Meat Lovers, that's your... Visiting a few of the space whales. Who would have thought? Definitely not anyone. Yeah. Oh, so when you say that they had like the perfect recipe for you guys, it was like the perfect barbecue meat lovers, like the perfect sauce and stuff? Is that what you meant? Yeah, fair. What the heck is that? What the heck is that? I was on the main draft. Why was it not? It's fine. I reckon we should put a couple of bushes in as well, but that can wait. Thin crust, a lot of meat, not too spicy. Oh, that's where you lost me. You need a bit of spice. Yeah. The trees should look different. I made them different. I do need more though. There need to be like tops of trees along here. To imply that there's like almost there's like a tree line, because at the moment it looks like group of trees and then nothing, and then trees and then nothing, or whatever. That's not how it works. There should be like a moving tree line that sort of dips in and out of view. Yeah. Yep. But yes, it is coming along. It shouldn't take too long to just complete the base illustration. I would be shocked if it took longer than the month of Feb to get it like fully good to go. Complete spit shine. No, it shouldn't even take that long. I should be starting to animate it about halfway through the month. You're gonna yeah, no, it doesn't help that we've been chatting about it all this time. Anywho, I should, let's save. I'll wrap up for tonight. Where shall we go? Who is online? We've got a blood. Paint the Moment we've raided a couple of times recently. Blood we haven't raided since last week. I've got a random DM by a James Gaming. Prepare for spam, me. Let's head over Blood's way. The amount of times where it's been just a super just benign random DM message, and I've responded to them like, hey, what's up? You know, what do you want? They're like, hey, have you heard of this channel? Go check out this channel. It's like, oh, God, just have a conversation like a normal person. It's fine. Whatever. Thanks for hanging out. Welcome to another week. I didn't release the prompt for this month. Apologies. I'll do it either tomorrow or Wednesday, depending on where my energy levels are at. I just wasn't feeling like it today. But yeah, look forward to that, because we'll actually have a community painting thing up and going for the month of February. Have an excellent rest of your day or night, depending on where you are, and I'll catch you later in the week. Bye, everybody. Bye.